think we're just all very uncomfortable because there's a transgender in the room.
I'm not uncomfortable about the transgender in the room.
Yeah, but this bigot over here is.
True.
Just say what you want to say.
I just need a couple more Miller Lights.
Then you'll be fucking me.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas.
What is it? December 26th, 2024. It's about to be 2025.
It's Boxing Day. So one of us has to fight. I think I could beat both you guys up. I'm not going to lie. I could definitely.
I'm not even going to entertain that conversation.
Me either.
Yeah, because you know you'd lose.
I think I'm pretty confident I could take both of yous.
I agree.
At the same time.
Also agree. At the same time, I also agree. I think that you could definitely, especially after drinking some of those.
Yeah, 12 more Miller Lights. And good night.
Yeah, so, I mean...
Welcome back.
Welcome back to Five for Gas.
So the last podcast we did was on Easter.
Yeah.
Which was a long time ago.
Yeah, but it was not the Easter that just passed, was it?
It was, yeah.
No, it wasn't.
I'm pretty sure it was.
No, it wasn't.
I don't remember.
It's like it's been
that long.
It was 2 Easters ago or 1 Easter ago, I guess. Wait, how would that work?
It's probably like 1 Easter ago, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn, that's been quite some time.
It
like
wasn't
a year and
2024. It was 2023 Easter.
Damn.
Yeah, a lot has changed.
That's crazy. So we've decided to kind of make this podcast like a reunion thing, rather than because like at the time we were all living in Cape Breton, and now me and you kind of
pretty sure
don't
we
think
said
I was
like
living.
essentially the same thing the last time.
Yeah.
We did one. It was like the same time of year too.
Yeah.
Like same. It was like Christmas Day. I was just doing it for fun, and then it kind of kept going for like 2 or 3 months.
Yeah, I don't think this time we'll keep going. I feel like it's...
I'll almost guarantee, and not specifically because you guys live 4 hours away and come down here.
No, this is our last podcast. We're done after this.
Yeah, Five for Gas is over party.
Yeah, then we'll rebrand again.
Yeah.
What are we going to rebrand to?
I don't know. I don't know.
2 queers and a straight.
Yeah, that'll work.
We really got the whole alphabet here. We put the letters in the LGBT.
Not really.
No.
No.
Paul puts
You
the
just
A.
only have one letter.
No, we got 2. You're an ally. Well, I don't know. Maybe
Allies get to be in the fucking letters now?
Yeah, you're an ally. Unless the A stands for something else I'm not aware of.
I think that it stands for asexual.
I think you're absolutely right, actually.
I didn't know there was an A.
There's an A.
There's every
For Alcoholics Anonymous.
There's
Yeah,
there's
okay.
AA.
Wait, that's why you're in it.
Yeah, that's why. There's also a plus.
Well, I knew there was a plus, but the plus just kind of keeps moving further down.
The plus is more like an
acronym.
infinity sign. Because you can never have enough fucking,
Genders.
I don't think they're genders. It's just like, what would they be?
Sexualities. Genders. Bunch of random stuff.
It's
just a
like
bunch of made up stuff. It's all made up anyway.
Yeah. I can't get this on my lip. There we go.
I saw a tweet today. Sorry for bringing up Twitter right away, but I read it to you. It was really funny. It said, the woke left without saying goodbye. It was really funny.
It's really fucking stupid.
It is stupid. It's not funny.
That's why it's funny. No, I'm good, thank you.
What? That would get you going, though.
Yeah.
I don't think it would.
You might be dancing
Nicotine
and twerking.
doesn't really have much of an effect anymore.
You just need
Anymore.
to get addicted to it, and then you really like it.
See, the best thing to do with nicotine is to get addicted to it and then quit for a little while and then go right back on it, and then it feels great.
I'm in the middle of quitting right now. I haven't had a cigarette in
Quitting nicotine or quitting cigarettes, though.
cigarettes.
Different things.
Cigarettes
right?
for sure.
Yeah, nicotine. I feel like
It seems like the leading opinion now is that like nicotine really isn't
It's not
a
good for
negative thing, is it?
you. Oh. Is it?
Like
Not
it
a
seems to be
negative
kind
thing?
of what's going on. Like I don't know, at least like the past couple of years, that like nicotine's not really the big danger.
No, I think it's just because everybody has an eating disorder or like body dysmorphia, and they use nicotine as a way
Suppress your
to
appetite.
suppress appetite,
Yeah.
and also just because it does make you skinnier if you smoke a lot.
Yeah, it
Well,
suppresses your
that's why I
appetite
use
and
it.
raises your heart rate. So
Yeah.
It increases your metabolism by 14%.
And this is why I'm struggling to quit, because I am one of those people. So it's like, it's hard to stop doing it when I know it works.
You have an eating disorder because you're
You've
eating
always
disorder.
been pretty skinny though.
Yeah, I like fluctuate though. Like I can gain a lot really fast. Like
So can I. But like, I've never been like.
No, we've never been like very big.
I feel like you've always been like
a little tiny guy.
Like 130 though. Like
no,
or less.
No. I was up to like 155, almost 160 probably.
That's still tiny.
But like, I'm only little.
That's fair too.
I'm only short. So it like, and it shows in my face when I gain weight.
Yeah, there's like old pictures of you like on Snapchat and stuff, and it's like you can really see
back when you had the perm
in your face.
Oh,
yeah.
the perm.
The perm.
No,
that's a crazy era.
Yeah, that was terrible.
I do think you're right about the eating disorder and nicotine. Like I feel like most people just use it to suppress their appetite.
Yeah,
I do think.
I feel like for you though, it's not that the nicotine is an appetite suppressant, because I feel like you kind of got super skinny before that, and you've kind of been consistently like that anyway, and it's more to do with the fact that you like eat once a day.
Yeah.
Plus, I mean,
like I eat McDonald's at 8:30 in the evening every day, and that's all I eat.
Pretty much, yeah.
Let's be honest though, cigarettes are really cool.
They feel really good.
As a person who's never really smoked cigarettes, but only as vaped and used these, I definitely preferred the vaping because it gave you that like instant head rush.
It either
This is
looks
kinda
really
like a
cool or it
slow
looks
burn.
really bad though.
Yeah, like you look dirty or you look edgy and cool.
Yeah, like some people like.
It depends on what you're wearing and who you are.
Yes,
Depends
exactly.
on your outfit.
Yeah, but like, I don't know. I love the way it makes me feel. I hate the taste and I hate the smell. So
You should just go back to vaping.
it makes me feel dirty.
The smell of a burning cigarette is great, but the smell that results like
when it sits
when it
on
sticks
your
to your clothes, yeah. It's terrible.
Makes me feel like a dirty person for sure. Like I'm embarrassed to like.
But you're usually dressed pretty cool, so it probably looks kind of
true. People just smell me and they're like, "Oh, that makes sense."
You look how you smell.
Yeah. Oh God.
But like with these don't have like there's no like no one even knows I use these.
Yeah, but they're burning a hole through your gums for sure.
Definitely. Well, when I went through my non-binary phase, I stopped brushing my teeth.
I remember.
So I think my teeth are already fucked from that.
Well, they got better. They used to be
formed
brown.
a thick layer of protection.
Yeah, these are actually good for your teeth. They're minty.
The Zins are trying to fight their way through.
No. Like these are minty. They're so.
Is there anything
brushing
that
your
actually
teeth is minty? So these are minty. Therefore, they're
same
good
thing.
for your teeth. Yeah.
Is there anything that like proves that point that it is destroying your gums? Because like I've seen it in
What
like
was it? I think
TikToks get posted to
Emma Chamberlain.
X.
Emma Chamberlain like showed her gums, and like apparently like her gums are like riding up on her teeth now from using Zins.
When I went to the dentist,
I don't know.
they said
I
it
feel
was
like
fine.
I
Like
feel
I
like
said, I
there's
was fine
people who
anyway.
use them like all day, like just constantly have one in,
Yeah.
and like people who are like public facing and like you don't notice it, but I guess maybe you're not seeing their
I feel like
gums
they
all the
wouldn't.
time.
They wouldn't even tell you anyway because they'd probably be embarrassed about it.
Yeah.
No matter what, if you're someone who's on camera 24/7 and you're rocking one on the top front of your lip,
Yeah.
Upper decky is what they call it.
Upper dicky.
yeah, but, like that's something you might see if like someone made you laugh or something on camera.
That's fair. That's fair.
I would
Yeah, I
argue
don't know.
that like coffee is just as bad for your teeth too.
Coffee
Like,
stains your teeth,
Yeah,
which
like,
is
it
bad.
makes
But I
your
don't think
teeth
it's actually
brown.
destroying your teeth.
It just stains.
It really
yeah.
stains your teeth though. When I went to the dentist, they said your
What's
teeth
worse?
are fine.
What's worse, yellow teeth or your teeth rotting?
I would say your teeth rotting for sure, but I'm an aesthetic person, so I care
Yeah,
how I
I'm pretty
look.
sure teeth rotting don't look very good either.
Neither matter. You just got to get rich and go get those white picket fence teeth that all the famous people
like
got.
Like
The
Steve-O,
veneers?
like Steve-O
yeah,
has.
Steve-O's aren't that bad, but you ever see Boogie 2988s?
Yeah, his are really
terrible.
You got
bad.
those?
Yes.
Yeah, and they're like,
They look like he looks like a mannequin.
looks like he has like 10 too many teeth jammed in there.
Yeah,
sucks.
he looks like he has a bunch of chiclets in his mouth and
Yeah.
he smiles. It's really bad, actually.
Poor guy.
Is this more comfy for you?
Yeah, I guess.
Hell yeah,
Thanks for drawing attention to the way I'm sitting.
it's cool. I'm really comfy.
Are you? You look uncomfortable.
I'm always uncomfortable. I'm always like a little uncomfortable. I'm not gonna lie.
You should have took 4 Xanax before doing this.
Valium, but yes, we should talk about that. How awesome.
Your Valium addiction?
We should talk about.
Your lipstick's on the floor. Your lip gloss.
Is it?
Yeah.
We'll kick it away so it's at a view of the camera.
Thanks.
Was it in view with the camera?
Probably.
not. Maybe.
Her feet were showing.
Gotta get those
Valium.
feet
Well, yeah, we
views.
got to show feet on the podcast to get the views anyway. Yeah, Valium's awesome.
Wait, should we all take our socks off?
No.
Oh.
My feet are disgusting.
Maybe that's your opinion.
Nobody gets to see that.
See, the thing is, the people that are into feet. I mean, I wouldn't know. This is what I'm told anyway. People that are into feet like disgusting feet.
Nope, not true.
Not
for me.
Not well.
I like pretty feet.
Yeah, so do I.
It's like my taste in feet is similar to like.
Your taste in women.
Well, yeah.
Pretty.
Exactly.
Pretty.
I'm gonna
and
dab my ear. By the way, I have an ear infection. It's leaking. This is disgusting.
We should definitely talk about that. How you had
It's a brain-eating
the worst
amoeba.
Probably.
ear infection of your life. So
It's,
bad, so bad that you got me to come bring you eardrops.
That didn't work.
That didn't work. But hey, we tried.
We tried. That's all that matters.
When did you? So you said that you were sick. You were sick for like a month.
I was sick for a good 4 weeks. Yeah. My ear, I still can't hear out of it, and it's leaking. So like, I guess I'm still sick in a way. So it's been probably like 6 weeks now of being sick.
That's crazy. And
It
then
started with like a flu.
so you had the flu, and then you were like, my ear's itchy. What could this possibly be?
And then I woke up and my ear was sore, like on the inside. And then it just got progressively worse from there to the point where I was like crying and like stimming from the pain in my bed by myself. And I had to call 811, and she advised me to like go to the hospital. So I went to the hospital.
Did you drive?
No, I Ubered to the hospital at like 4 a.m. I got in the Uber. Keep in mind it's going to the hospital. And I get in and he's like, how are you doing tonight? It's like 4 a.m. and I'm like almost crying. I'm like, I'm not doing very good. My ear is hurting. He was like, oh, okay. And then he just didn't say anything else.
Shout out him though.
Probably for the best that he didn't talk
Yeah.
anymore. Yeah, you
Yeah.
took the hint.
Gave
Yeah.
him 5 stars. I'm guessing.
I did, of course. I always give 5 stars unless they're like weird.
Unless they like try to kiss you. Then
That would probably be a 4-star.
a 4-star. Yeah.
I could let it slide.
I mean, like one time they
The
tried
lapse
to
in
kiss you.
judgment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew what you were trying to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kiss me once, shame on me. Kiss me 2 times, 3 stars.
Shame on you,
Shame on you. Yeah.
for sure.
So anyway, you're driving to the hospital.
I go to the hospital. I sit in the waiting area for like 4 hours. I finally get in to see a doctor. I have to wait in the bed for a while, but I can't lay down because anytime I like lay down or anything but vertical, like the pressure in my head moves. So it hurts more. And I'm sitting there and I'm just like begging for like medication. They give me like some Tylenol and Advil, and that didn't help. And then I called the nurse back in and I was like, you gotta give me something. Like I didn't sleep for like 2 days. And I was like, I need to sleep. Like I'm so tired. I've been up all night at this point.
I
All
need
a
some
ploy for
perks.
morphine.
Yes.
This is all a lie. He doesn't have an ear infection. He's still doing the.
She gave me morphine, and it was like the best feeling I've ever felt in my entire life. And I could definitely be addicted to that for sure.
So she came in with a needle, and she's
Well,
like,
it's not a needle. It's like a
Oh, it's the
syringe,
same- yeah.
but there's no needle on it. It just goes straight into my IV because
Yeah.
they had me on like fluids.
so like you watched it go in, and you were just like immediately.
It like filled my body with warmth.
How
And
quick did it hit?
It was like a matter of probably 15 to 20 seconds. Like I felt it move up my body.
Jesus.
That's crazy.
It was crazy. Like, cause the pain obviously was like so intense in my ear, and it was like throbbing, like with my heartbeat, it felt like. And I felt it go in my body and like move slowly, like up to my head. And literally like, it was like the pain just like slowly faded away within like maybe 4-5 seconds. And then I just like laid back and I literally like passed out.
I gotta make some rock music, man.
But no, it was amazing. Thank God.
We should do that every day.
I think about it all the time now.
That's actually crazy.
Kind of crazy.
I know. I was like Googling like liquid heroin, buy liquid heroin for sale.
Where to buy heroin?
It's
Onion.
essentially heroin, right?
Onion. Yeah, like, well, morphine is just pure heroin.
Yeah. But I guess it's cleaner, probably.
Definitely cleaner, yeah.
It's just regulated.
Anyway, you can't buy it.
You buy
online.
heroin, though. I know a guy.
Shocker.
Yeah. Wait, do you actually?
No.
I'm not going to do heroin.
Well, next podcast, next year. Well,
Next year, I'm like even skinnier.
Yeah.
I'm like, everybody's just saying that heroin's good for you now because it makes you skinny.
Every year, it's like you progressively get worse in your drug addiction. Like next year, you'll be like scratching, and you'll have like you'll be really skinny, and you'll be like, yeah, heroin's actually not that bad, guys. Like, I don't know why it's such a bad rap. And then the year after that, like, you're like, yeah, I had to sell some equipment to afford the heroin. And then in 3 years, you won't be on the podcast.
Yeah, no,
You'll
probably
be
not.
You'll be in rehab.
I think rehab would be kind of nice, though. Like, I like being at the hospital.
Hospitals scare me. It's a bad vibe. I mean, it's a good vibe if you're getting treated, but like usually,
I feel like rehab is probably closer to like jail than
That's
Yeah.
fair.
Than a
That's
hospital.
probably
Yeah.
fair, yeah.
because like they
at
take
least
your
in all the
phone and
movies.
stuff when you're
In the movies, it's either rehab is like the sickest place ever, where it's like a Hawaiian beach resort, or it's a literal prison.
Not in Halifax,
where you
that's
sleep
for
like
sure.
8 people in a 10 by 10 bedroom.
Yeah.
And the only thing you're allowed to do all day is sit in a circle and talk about how much you want to do drugs.
It sounds sick.
Yeah,
That's what we're doing right
now. I feel like rehab is good depending on how much money you have. So if you're
Exactly,
rich,
yeah.
if you're rich, you go
You're
to a
like-
good rehab.
Charlie Sheen rehab was probably crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then you go to like an actual rehab, and it's probably hell.
Yeah, fair.
Like you go to Halifax rehab, and they like take your phone and they like search you, and they're like, okay, here's a dirty room. Stay in here till you're sober.
Just made me think of that Family Guy clip where Stewie's like the reformed drug addict and he's in the gym and he's just
jacked.
lifting weights.
And he's like, do you think about cocaine? He's like, every day. Do you have any cocaine? So yeah, we should do heroin.
Drugs
for
are
sure.
really bad, for sure.
Drugs are really bad. I really like Valium, very much so.
We know.
It's the best thing in the world. It makes everything kind of go not. It just makes anxiety go away. And I have anxiety all the time, so why not? Why wouldn't I take it?
Okay, Eminem's mom.
You know, it'll drain your spinal fluid.
I don't need that anyway. I'll be in a
Period.
wheelchair on Valium. I'll be like Young Thug.
Yeah, I guess like all the anxiety of being in a wheelchair probably goes away if you're on Valium.
Yeah. The thing is with
It's not
Valium
a
is,
concern anymore.
Yeah.
the thing is with Valium is that I always have this thought that people are looking at me and I just get anxiety. But when I'm on Valium, I don't care. So I'm like, who cares if people are looking at me?
That's fair. Ryan, do you get anxiety?
Be honest.
Yeah, I do all the time, but I feel like in different ways and you're describing, I don't know.
Do you get like social anxiety, like around
Yes.
like you do?
Like hanging out with people outside of our immediate friends group.
Yeah.
Big time.
Yeah.
Like
What does anxiety feel like to you, though?
I don't know. I don't like. I used to get kind of like hot in the face and like sweaty.
Mm-hmm.
Now I just kind of just feel a bit awkward because it's more of an issue of like I don't know how to have a conversation with somebody who I don't know what they're interested in or whether or not we have
Same.
anything in common.
I
And that's
feel
all
that.
I can think about is like when a conversation starts, how can I keep it going without it being weird?
Yeah.
And if a conversation doesn't start organically, how can I start one? Because it's also weird to just sit there in silence with somebody.
Definitely.
I agree. And I think that's why people like alcohol so much. Because it just
Yes,
makes you
because it
talk
is
about
way
stupid
easier
shit.
when you're loaded.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can just talk to anyone when you're drunk. That's why like people like to get drunk and go to bars and they'll just like talk to anyone about
Yeah.
anything, and it doesn't even matter. But I don't know. I feel like the anxiety you get is pretty like common for people. Like they definitely.
I would say absolutely, yeah.
I feel like that's like a very common like social anxiety thing.
And like growing up, I was always nervous to do like public speaking and shit like that.
But how are you not
feel like
nervous
that's
to go and
very
play
common,
hockey in
too.
front of a bunch of random people?
with a bunch of
You're
random
never
people.
thinking of the people who are watching you play
No?
sports. No.
Do
Especially
you get
not in,
anxious while you're playing then?
No, especially not in like when you're young, because like for the most part, it's not like playing in front of like an audience in like a big sporting event, right? It's just parents of other kids there. Nobody's really loud. It's not like the fan atmosphere.
They were pretty loud.
Some were fairly loud, yes. Mine usually not. So
No, yeah.
Aaron. But I don't know. That never bothered me at all.
Okay, interesting.
Public speaking growing up though was hard, but that just kind of went away.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't really care to speak. I don't get nervous to talk in front of people anymore.
Fair.
Do you remember our like it was at CBU, and it was a class. It was just me and you, and we were the only people where our first language was English in that class, and we would still get anxious. It was me, you, and some girl actually, and the rest of the class was like
it was
like foreign
it was
exchange
first
students.
year comm class. And
it was comm.
It was like three. It was three of us, and we were all in engineering.
Yes,
and every other person there was a foreign exchange student from China who was there to do hospitality management, and every single one of them wanted to be a hotel manager. It was crazy.
I do remember that.
There was like 30 people in the class, and like 27 of them wanted to manage hotels.
That's the dream.
And the only reason we know that is because the first day, the professor got us to go up and tell the class about ourselves. And it was so awkward. Like,
Yeah, it was terrible.
there was a lot of public
But
speaking.
that was
in
that was the
class.
whole point of that class was public speaking, and that like at that time I was probably a little nervous to get up there.
But but that's what I don't get is like, why were we nervous when no one in that we knew nobody in that class, so who cared? You know,
I think that's the case all the time. I was never nervous to get up and talk in front of a group of people that I knew.
No, I think that's
the thing.
That's worse for me.
I never cared if it was a whole bunch of people that I was friends with. I didn't care.
No,
I knew they
I'm
might
the
like
opposite.
pick at me or make fun of me, and that's fine. I don't care because someone I'm friends
But
with.
that's
It was
why
a
I
bunch
get
of people
anxious.
that I'm not like
Familiar with.
exactly like a bunch of complete strangers. That at that time that made me nervous. It doesn't anymore. I don't really care.
Yeah.
It's as long as I have some prepared talking points. If I'm going in front of a group, I'm fine to discuss
Fair.
those points.
Do you remember our final exam in that class where we had to like pick a topic that we were supposed to study, and I went up and I didn't know what I was talking about because I didn't study, and I like killed the public speak. I was like, I did it completely fine, and the professor was like, you did a really good job, but you had no idea what you were talking about, and that was my feedback.
Yeah, I think you still got a good grade on it though, right? Because the whole point of it was just to have good public speaking.
Yeah, like I was fine, but like I just made up complete bullshit because I didn't know because I didn't study. Such many cases for me, I guess. I don't know.
You're a very bad programmer.
Yeah, that also happened. I'll tell that story too. In my C++ class, I got like it wasn't even that bad of a grade. It was like
a 45 or something.
It was a
like
45.
It was barely
45
failed.
is not very good.
it's not
It's
very
not
good, but
good,
the
but-
average was probably like 50.
Okay.
So it was like I
there
failed.
were people with like 20s.
Yeah,
Like,
there
it
were-
wasn't.
yeah,
It wasn't
okay.
like.
Yeah, like okay, I failed it, I flunked it or whatever, but there were other people who did worse, and I only was like 5 points below failing. And then the professor walks up to me in front of the whole class and was like, "You're a really bad programmer," in a very Asian accent, which I'm not going to do, which Paul did.
Fair.
And it was very publicly humiliating, but it was also really funny. He hated me. He hated me. He did it to more than once. He used to point
one
me
more
out.
story from
George Chen.
CVU that I think is worth it from your experience, and it's kind of the same thing where you just didn't fucking study or put any effort in at all, and got an 8%.
I did get an 8% on a midterm.
on your calculus midterm.
An 8%.
But then when you went back,
Okay, this is really funny. Okay, it was, I got an 8%, and obviously I was like, okay, I need to go see the professor because I'm doing horrible in this class. I was just not studying, which is fair. And I went to see her, and then I walked out with a 6% because she realized when we were going over the midterm that she gave me 2 extra points. So I walked in with an 8 and walked out with a 6.
Aw.
I still passed the class though, which is kind of crazy. I only failed
yeah, it's
one.
a comeback story.
I only failed. I'll show you a comeback story. I only failed one class, and it was differential equations 2, also with George Chen. who hated me. He was such...
I liked George Chen, to be honest. He was tough to...
Because you were smart. He gave you good grades.
He was really hard to understand because he had a very thick Chinese accent, but he wrote everything, like everything he said on the board, so you could take good notes easily.
Oh, nice.
He would like talk and then like write for 30 minutes.
You just had to do math. No, it was every class was him speaking and like narrating what he was writing for an hour and 15 minutes every day.
Yeah. God, I don't miss university like at all. I'm so glad I'm unemployed.
When you started talking about being like the only two people in the class, I thought you were talking about the physics lab we had.
Oh God.
Where it was just me and you, the only two that registered for this lab slot. So it would just be me, you and Chester hanging out every Thursday.
Yep. That was great. We used to smoke weed, do drugs.
It's not true. We'd just sit there with Chester and do the lab with him, and it'd take like 35 minutes, and we'd leave instead of taking 3 hours to do it with a full class of people.
Do you remember one time he came in, we were doing it, and he's like, "All right, you guys got this. I'm gonna go get a sandwich." And then he left to get a sandwich and came back and was eating a sandwich. And he looks at it, he's like, "All right, you guys are good. I'm gonna go to my office."
Yeah.
He's supposed to be there with us. He's just bro was hungry.
Needed a sandwich and a coffee.
He was sick. I actually kind of liked him.
I liked him a lot, actually.
Yeah.
He taught us like
very chill
entry level physics or something before.
I forgot about
Jeff
him.
Dadswell took over.
Oh, Geoffrey.
Yeah.
The only other poly person I know. Bro,
actually.
Yeah, actually. He was poly before. It was cool. Bro was a poly
actually,
professor.
I liked him too, actually. He was really cool.
We're approaching our break.
Maybe not really
here.
cool, but he was funny.
It's time to take a break.
Time to take a break. Cigarette break time?
I wish. Okay, we'll be back in a second.
Paul, get off your phone. We're recording a podcast.
Sorry, I'm updating my LinkedIn.
What are you updating your LinkedIn with?
Oh, I don't know, my professional achievements and things.
Give me one professional achievement you've actually done. Name one person in this room that loves you.
Moving on.
I had to poop on the break. I didn't do it.
That was stupid.
I know.
We should talk about the fact that
I'm holding it this whole time.
Listen, don't hold it because you'll
on edge.
No, I was constipated for 6 days.
Yeah, you passed it.
I did pass it. I gave
Congrats.
birth. I gave birth. Yeah. It was pretty bad. See, that's what we needed.
That's what we needed.
That's what we needed. We are so fucking
I just
back,
had to chug
baby.
this.
You should have shotgunned it. Puts a mic on esophagus to simulate drinking.
So your name is Raylyn now. You're a girl.
That is true. I'm trans. I took the vaccine, and I became a girl.
Didn't truly kick in until third booster, though, right?
Yeah. Well, I was feeling the effects after the first one, but then I was hanging out with my dad a lot. So I said, okay, I'll hold this in for a little while. And then eventually I moved to Halifax and just got addicted to vaccines. And
fell into Trudeau's plan to sissify Canada.
Literally. Don't say it.
You got boobs.
And I got boobs. I bought them on eBay. Wait.
Can we do boob reveal on pod?
That would be crazy. Absolutely not.
Wait, just put some pasties on. We don't have to show nip.
I would no. Maybe when they're a little bit bigger.
What about little ball reveal?
Shut. My balls aren't little.
They're big?
No.
Patreon Supreme tier.
That's the only thing you get.
Just little.
Nudes.
It's just called little ball reveal. Little ball big boob reveal. Remember when we had a Patreon? That was kind of crazy.
Yeah. Subscribe to our Patreon.
You jumped way too quick onto that.
No.
I was just like, how can we make money?
You were
I'm
waiting.
like living at my mom's. How can I get out of here?
I'm living at my mom's. We need a Patreon. Most people will get a job.
Yeah.
You were like,
this shit is my
We
job.
got 16 viewers. Patreon.
Subscribe to our Patreon. 16 viewers, 15 of which are us. But yeah, my name is Raylyn. That is true. It's always been Raylyn. I don't know what you're talking about. It's never not been Raylyn. we should edit every other podcast of like a voiceover of me going like Raylan every time someone says my name, my other name, Ricky.
Dead.
My dead name. Ricky's not a dead name. It's a nickname.
I'm still struggling a little bit, and I know you catch it.
Yeah, but I don't. It's fine. I don't care.
I think the struggle is totally valid.
What I'm getting
Yeah.
at is it would probably be helpful if you just like, because you don't
That's
say
the thing.
anything.
You
true.
You're
Which is
like,
cool, which is, I
it's fine.
appreciate you not like being mean about it, right?
Yeah.
Or like making a big deal.
But it's not a big deal. It's
I know,
the thing with
but
me.
it would help me with it if you were like, that's not
Don't
right.
fucking say that. It's
Yeah.
my fucking name. You.
But even if you did that like in a joking manner, like
Yeah.
because that's how I'd take it. Like,
True.
it would probably help. It definitely would help, actually.
I mean, you're talking to a girl who doesn't even correct her own parents
Well,
on anything.
I feel like that's a much tougher
It definitely
topic
is.
of conversation.
I don't see the thing is I don't really correct anybody. Even when I get called like sir in public, I'm not going to be like. I mean, it
No,
hurt-
you just pull away from the drive-through window and you go, "That fucking bitch! Fuck that fucking guy! I fucking
do.
hate him! I fucking hate those guys!"
I do that a lot, but and like they'll say like have a good day, sir, and I'm like, oh, thanks, you too, and then I pull away and I'm like, I hope that guy dies. I don't know, like I just don't like confrontation, and it's like I feel like I don't look like a girl enough to be like, oh, it's totally reasonable for them to call me sir. It's like I'm not stupid. And
Well,
like,
you don't look like a guy.
well, yeah,
That's what I was
but-
just gonna say. Like, it's like you look very feminine.
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah,
oh,
but
God.
I also
And-
sound like Pop Smoke.
Period.
Okay, with that, I guess I could see how they might think you're just a gay dude who's.
Yeah.
Like through the drive-through speaker, definitely.
Oh yeah, they don't over the phone.
But you don't really.
I
It
guess
doesn't seem like you practice your voice at all.
I was more or
I-
less going about the like physical appearance portion of it, but the way you dress in public too doesn't lend itself.
It's true.
Masculine at all.
Yeah,
yeah.
like you'll wear like these like street clothes outfits with like a big puffy ass jacket on and baggy pants, and it's like
And I'm like, why am I getting called sir?
Oh yeah, true. But you dress more mask in Cape Breton for sure.
Oh yeah. Well, when I'm in Cape Breton, I just don't want any attention drawn to me anyway. I do it like when I go to like I don't know, like the post office or something too. I'm just like, I don't want to like dress like I just want to wear comfy clothes.
Right.
I just wish I was a girl so that I could just wear comfy clothes. And then
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh, it's a girl wearing comfy clothes. But instead, I'm just like, oh, it's a guy.
I think we had this conversation where it's like women or like cis women can like wear like boy clothes and everybody like addresses them as a girl still.
Yeah.
But
I'm
like
very jealous of that.
It's different for you, maybe.
Yeah. And plus, like in Cape Breton, it's like, I'm he, him as fuck. Don't
what
call
are
me a
those
girl.
sweatpants that girls? I don't think they wear them
Caper.
anymore. They used to wear them.
Juicy.
Not caper.
Juicy.
Yeah, just buy a bunch of juicy
We
sweats.
saw
Only wear
juicy
those.
sweat. Yeah, that'd be hard as fuck. Actually, we saw juicy sweatpants at Winners the other day, and we were like, "These are
I want them. They're actually sick.
yeah." we're bringing juicy sweatpants back.
You have to get juicy sweatpants and upload twerk videos to TikTok. If you
Yeah.
want to be called a girl, that's what you have to do.
Listen, don't. You can't expect to not be called a girl if you don't post twerking videos. That's what I gotta do. I gotta start twerking. I'm sure everyone on my Twitter would love that.
Probably.
Probably they're all freaks on there,
Start an
including me.
OnlyFans.
True.
A lot of trans women do that
Why haven't you done it?
because we've established I have big boobs and little balls. You need to have big balls to have an OnlyFans.
Okay, period.
I feel like there's an audience for
Little
all
There's
sorts of
an
things
audience
on
for
there.
anything.
period. There's an
I
audience.
also feel like it's a much harder market to break into than like what you see on X would make you think.
True.
Because like you see people like constantly people just popping on people like and in brackets in their fucking name is like top 0.2% in fucking OF or whatever.
Everybody's top 1.2%.
yeah, but do you think
That's
they're
what I
telling
mean.
the truth though?
Well, I feel like top 2% is probably like I make $300 a month.
Yeah.
Like that's
Which is
what I think it
still-
is. Like I
it's
think
still a
like being in the
decent
top
amount of
1% is probably you're eclipsing $100. Same as like Twitch. Whereas like if you're a streamer who has like 35 average viewers, you're probably in the top 1%. Because
Yeah.
there's so many people doing it
Yeah.
that the market's just flooded.
That's fair. It just makes me
Yeah.
depressed to think about all the people out there who are on Twitch and OnlyFans with no followers.
I'm in the top 40%. I make no money.
Yeah, I'm just posting ass
Do you
for
actually have
nobody.
an OF?
No. Imagine if that was my announcement.
Moose is on OF.
I have no subscribers.
They just post twerking videos in juicy sweatpants.
Stop stealing my ideas.
And they occasionally fart.
Oh, imagine making fart videos for a living.
That would be a crazy one.
That would be a little crazy. I think
I don't
that
even
would
like
be.
farting when I'm alone. Actually,
Being
that's
into-
not true. I love that
If you
smell.
got like famous
I
like
love that smell.
faceless fetish porn, that would be insane.
yeah.
That would probably be the best. Like people who are like making thousands of
not-
dollars from like foot porn, they don't see their
That's
face.
what I mean. Not even like the typical sexualized type of porn. Like
Just weird,
Not
like
like-
obscure things.
yeah,
Like cake sitting.
that's what I mean.
It's like
yeah.
they're not even
Cake
wearing bare
parts and-
butt. Like they're just wearing jeans sitting on cake.
I mean, again, we've established there's a market for everything.
Yeah.
There's a market for like transgender puppy girls. Who the fuck would be that?
Yeah, not you.
That's crazy. Those
You
people are
wouldn't do that.
fucking freaks.
Yeah, true.
Are you ever gonna buy a full on suit?
No, maybe.
You would. I
No,
think you
No,
would.
I think
wouldn't buy a
there's a
suit.
difference between like the puppy play stuff and
Being an actual
furries.
furry, yeah.
So
I
like,
don't
where
think
do
I'm
you
an
land
actual.
on
I'm
that
not. I don't want a
scale?
fursuit. Fursuits are like. This is crazy, by the way. Just talking about me being a furry.
Well,
I'm transgender and now I'm a
Yarwich.
furry. Yarwich puppy. I eat dogs. It says, they say it takes one to know one.
I didn't know one.
Yeah, I don't know where I was going with that. But yeah, I'm definitely, I'm not a furry. I'm not a fucking furry. Furries are cringe. But they're cute.
You didn't answer the question though. Where
Well,
are you on the spectrum of furry?
On the spectrum, I'm at the point where I would probably never buy a fursuit.
But you have a cage.
Yes, I have a
But I don't
dog
think
cage,
that's a furry thing.
and I keep people in my dog
I think the
cage.
furry thing is like kind of locked into the suit. Like you need the suit to
Yeah.
really be on the furry side. And the more like I think about that fact, I think the worse it gets.
yeah,
Because those suits have to be so fucking sweaty.
that's
Ooh.
my
When you're
thing
going
too.
to like those conventions, you're probably there for like 6 hours. It's in a convention center. Guarantee it's hot as fuck in there too. And you're in that sweaty ass suit all day. Probably fucking stinks
Okay,
all over the place.
What about people who like just wear their normal clothes and have like a furry head, and they just have?
I
a
feel like
cool
that's what they
head?
do in like day to day life when they just want to fuck around. But I feel like if they're going to a convention, they're going all out.
I feel.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like most furries, especially the furries I know, which there's not that many, from like online and stuff. They just like they don't own like the bodysuit. It's more just like a head and like paws, and they
You
just
know people who own a head and paws?
Yes, I do. Online on Twitter, and they just like own like a furry head, and they don't own like most of them don't even own like.
Do they own
a
like
body.
the cheap furry heads, or they own like a $3,500
They're probably like
commissioned
35.
furry head?
Yeah, they own like the expensive one. I'm pretty sure like to get an
Crazy.
actual one, it's like yeah, actually you nailed the price on the head. It's like around $3,500 for like a decent furry head and like a set of paws maybe.
I want mine to have a moving mouth.
Yeah, the ones that if you're gonna get one, you need one that has like a moving mouth and like blinking eyes, so you can like wink at people.
That's what you should do, Moose. You're pretty good with like graphic design and stuff. You
Yeah.
should just start commissioning furry porn.
Yo,
Furry porn.
that would be sick.
I'd buy it.
I've wanted to get into porn for a while now.
I feel like you could probably make like a decent living. Like
Yeah, I just want to direct it and like film it. And
I don't
edit
even mean
it.
that. I mean commissioning furry porn, like drawings.
You got an idea?
I always have ideas. I'm full of ideas.
I wonder if you could AI at all.
No, do
Just,
not.
like, generate it.
No AI. AI's
AI generated
bad.
furry
No,
porn.
we're not doing AI. AI's bad. All my homies hate AI.
Yeah,
Especially
we don't like AI. It's
AI
bad.
porn.
For what reason?
It steals from artists.
It steals.
Actually, you
very
know
much
what? I
from
can speak on
artists.
this topic. Like with Adobe Premiere Pro, which is what I use to edit videos and stuff. Now they updated Premiere, and they have, well, it's kind of like all of the Adobe
Generative
Creative
AI.
Suite. Yes, they have that now, and essentially like you have to agree to like these terms in order to use it, and in the terms it like states something like I watched a video like Some Ordinary Gamer did it, and it was like you agree to the terms of like they can use all of your content to like feed their generative AI. So they're
Yeah,
essentially
that's not-
stealing from you.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I don't like that.
No, it's terrible.
And it also like puts a lot of artists out of jobs.
I did see a video today though of a guy using the generative AI. It was, you know, the pictures on my mug upstairs that I got for Secret Santa last year.
Yeah.
But it
Of
was
the
like
guy's
it was
dick?
yeah, it was only like the clip where it's like if it's on Twitter you scroll past it and it doesn't show the bottom portion. So it was only like the top portion, and they like pull it to the side and did generative AI, and it like made a like an easel. And then they did the bottom and they just put him in like pants, and they like clipped his arm and did generative AI and put like a paintbrush in his hand.
Aw, that's so wholesome.
It's cute. They were like, oh, this fellow looks like he's an artist.
That's so
He
cute.
definitely doesn't do porn with a giant 17-inch cock.
Rest in peace to that guy, though.
Yeah,
He
he
died?
died. He
Yeah, he's
died.
dead.
Yeah,
Rest in peace.
he died.
Legend, absolute legend. Imagine that's the legacy you leave
Gonna have
behind.
a coffee for him tomorrow.
Yeah.
Do you still use that mug?
Like several times a week. Yeah.
I think we say several times a day.
Bro only has one coffee.
He takes the mug into the bathroom. You know what he's doing in there.
Chugging coffee to get the
yeah,
poop out.
really fast.
I don't need coffee to help.
I do. I just drank a large black decaf.
Okay, wait, does decaf coffee affect
Yeah.
you the same way or not?
I think so.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I thought it was
too.
the caffeine in the coffee.
I think the caffeine helps, but I think there's more in coffee that
I
helps
think
with
it's just like a
digestion.
warm beverage, like warms your body up and like it helps
Melts
you
your
get
poop.
looser.
No, because I don't think tea makes people poop, does it?
Tea
No, I
makes
don't think
me
so.
poop.
You told me that it doesn't.
Maybe
mean,
it's only,
nothing
maybe
really
it's
makes
only
me
like
poop.
black tea or something. I don't know because I don't drink black tea. But like herbal tea definitely doesn't, for me anyway. Like fruit
Yeah.
tea.
Yeah, no. I mean,
But
not,
like fruit in general would help you poop, like fiber.
Yeah.
not too much of it, though.
Yeah, apparently,
get backed
apparently
up.
there's a way to get too much fiber, which is
There
what I
is, yeah.
learned. Well, I mean, it was
Oh,
my
too much of
fault.
anything is bad.
Yeah, except for heroin.
Push it all out, but it'll be real dry.
Literally. That's what happened to me. I was taking these fiber gummies, and I guess they just formed one giant fiber ball in my intestines and just wouldn't let me poop for 6 days.
I remember early COVID when I was
Oh,
somewhat in shape
I
back then.
remember.
I was like, because I'd like try to eat good, so I was like, I want candy, but I don't want to eat
Oh.
a bunch of sugar. So I went to Shoppers just looking. It was like sugar-free candy. I was like, oh, sick! Like a whole handful of these is like 10 calories.
That's what I should
They
have
were
done
hard
to
candies.
to poop.
So I was like sitting there playing COD all night, ate the whole bag. And like 2 hours in, I started to get this rumbling in my stomach. It was like about time to get off, so I turned the PlayStation off and went to the bathroom. And I spent the entire night on the toilet, like violent. It was bad. Like barely slept. It was apparently like these whatever they use for the sugar substitute is
As a laxative.
a
effect.
laxative. Yeah.
If
How
you
is that
buy-
okay to like put that on the
It
shelves?
says it on
It's-
the bag.
yeah,
I just
'cause,
didn't
like,
read it.
If you have one serving, it's
It says
probably okay.
it says like not to eat more than like 2 or 3.
Servings.
And there was like 50
2 or
of them in
3
the bag.
servings
2 or 3 candy.
Okay,
What's the
who
point?
eats
They're
2 or
they're
3
hard
candy?
candies. It's like Russell Stover's hard candies.
You ate the whole bag.
It's like what old people like have in the dishes at their house.
Bros ODing on
Okay,
Werther's
Ferders.
originals.
But like I want a candy, and that was like they didn't have Smart Sweets at that time, at least not readily available to me.
Do those give you laxative
No, I don't
effects
think because
too?
they use sugar alcohols.
My favorite type
My
of alcohol.
favorite. Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
It's not mine.
Shout out to not drinking.
No drink, no
So-
drink.
I'm like half a year sober. I think.
You haven't showered since last year. That's crazy.
I know. I hate showering. I got crazy girl smell. My 2 girlfriends love it.
Only one more underwear change until 2025.
Can't wait till next
That
year.
was funny.
I didn't get any underwear for Christmas this year, so I gotta keep these until next year. It's kind of awkward. My mom buying me underwear now.
Yeah, true.
Here's some American Eagle boxers, son. Just kidding.
Well,
Wait,
did you
Do
get
they-
any underwear or socks?
no.
No, okay.
Do they make underwear that are like?
I know what this
I
fucker's
You know
gonna
where
ask
it's
me.
going,
too.
right? Do they?
I know what you're gonna ask me.
Like
they
trans girl underwear?
They
Yeah.
do.
Like feminine underwear with
A bird
the
spot.
thought of a pecker being down there, so it has to be comfortable.
Yeah.
Or you just have a G-string right between your balls all day,
Split it in half.
one hanging out each side.
Makes it look like two pussy lips. Yes and no. I find that the trans underwear they buy usually sucks because it's meant to like tuck. So when you and
Do you be tucking?
I let it hang, sister.
Yes.
Do you tuck it up, queen, or do you let it hang, sister? No. So
I thought tucking was under.
tucking is you shove your balls in your back up inside of you, and you put your.
Does it hurt?
It
Yeah,
does.
okay. When you said tuck it up, that to me is like
The
when
brand
you-
is actually called Tuck It Up.
it's like when you tuck a
Or
bone
one of
on
the
your waistband
races.
type of thing.
Yeah, I think you tuck it like back in between your cheeks, right?
You do, yeah. And you can get tucking tape. It's called.
That seems so uncomfortable.
Very uncomfortable. That's why I don't do it.
Taping your
Fair
bird
enough, yeah.
to your
Yeah.
gooch is crazy.
So a lot of trans girlies be using. It's crazy that you said that. Hold on, honey. I'm taping my dick to my gooch before we go out here. So a lot of trans girlies just be using boy shorts.
Okay, period.
It's just like, I mean, all the trans girls I know, they just wear boxers. It's just like, or like boxer briefs, I guess.
Mm.
Yeah.
So do you wear like boxer briefs or do you wear like boy
I
short
don't-
women's
I don't
underwear
wear
type of
them now.
thing?
I'm wearing boxer briefs right now.
Fake.
Yeah, I'm a fake transgender. I'm man-moding.
I don't know. I've definitely seen you rocking some.
Whacking some what?
I've seen you lift your arms up in the underwear band shows, and it looks like it's just a band.
You mean a thong?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then when you bend over and you get a plumber's crack, but you have a G-string.
And then he comes over and he touches me and he's like, "What's this? What are you wearing?" And he lifts my shirt up and he's like, "Oh." Yeah, that was awkward. That was an awkward Christmas dinner.
Unk.
When you have a dick and balls, I'm assuming you guys don't wear women's clothes.
Not much.
No.
Well, sometimes
No,
I do.
Well, you kind of do when you're in that mood, but you don't wear women's underwear
No.
unless you're like doing a panty raid. But when you wear women's underwear with a dick and balls, it's very uncomfortable.
Yeah, I fucking bet. I've worn women's underwear before,
Just transition already,
but not out, just like to try.
just for fun.
Yeah, he
Kinda just for fun.
He put an order in at La Senza, and he keeps those for
Spends
himself.
Fucking $200 at La Senza.
Goes to La Senza and is like picking out underwear, and the girl is like, "Oh, are these for your girlfriend?" And you're like, "These are for me." Where's your changing room?
Oh, how long have you been with your girlfriend? What girlfriend?
What girlfriend?
So, like, slightly off topic, but on the same vein of conversation, I guess. The polycule.
Oh,
How big
God.
is too big for a polycule?
Okay, so I do want to talk about this. So I was a poly hater for so long, and there's different kind of like polyamorous relationships anyway. So there are people who are like, there's 7 of us, and we're all dating each other, and we're all fucking, and that shit's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy.
That's, like, insane.
It just sounds overwhelming to me.
Exactly, and it's like, if like one person's fighting, then like, does the polycule have to vote them out? Like, I don't know how that really works. So what a lot of poly people are doing now, is like they have a partner, and that partner will have another partner.
Okay, that's kind of where I was going. So I know you kind of have, like, I'll say your main 3.
I have a girlfriend.
I won't get too... Okay, so you have a girlfriend.
I have one girlfriend.
Okay. And she has, like,
and
another...
she has a girlfriend.
Okay. so I won't get too specific, but like you mentioned the fact that
What's
maybe
her
there's
name
people
and
from
address?
maybe there's people from other cities and stuff too
Yes.
that kind of get tossed in the mix. So like, are they considered
It's
part of the relationship, or is it just like it's more of like an open thing and they just kind of hang out if they have to be in the same city type of deal?
pretty much that, yeah. The second thing he said. It's like it's more like the way I like to describe it is like a chain. So it's like I'm dating someone, they're dating somebody else. Basically. And that the person that this person is dating just so happens to live very close to us, so we all kind of just hang out. You know?
Okay.
That's pretty much
Three-way
it.
cuddle.
That kind of answers
Three-way
my
cuddle. We all sleep
my
in the cage
question,
together.
But like, so for you specifically, then, so you're kind of just in a.
I'm the loser in this
you're-
situation.
You're kind of monogamous in a way,
In a way, yeah, I guess.
but like, I guess I'd say comfortable enough to have your significant other
Yes.
have another significant other.
See somebody else.
I
And-
think that's the biggest thing that comes up with
Yeah.
poly is, and I'll say it's 100%. For me, I would never be
Yeah.
Yeah, I could
comfortable
never do
being
that.
Which is fine.
in two relationships or having a significant other who was in
Yeah.
multiple.
Yeah.
Like I'm just not. Maybe it's an issue with my own self confidence. I don't know, but
I don't
it's just
think
not
so,
for
though.
me.
It's just what you're used to.
I just think that the whole like if you're monogamous, cool. I get it. I was like I get jealous. Like jealousy is a big part of it too. Like
Well, that's
there are
kinda what I was
people who are
getting at,
like there are people who are like I love this person and the thought of them being with somebody else makes me want to throw up and kill myself. And I totally get that. But I never really had that, to be honest. I don't really care. The way I look at it is, well, I want this person to be happy. If they're happy just to be with somebody else, I'm just describing cucking at this point, I think.
exactly.
essentially.
That just makes it heartbreaking worse. It's like
Yeah.
if this person needs somebody else to fulfill them sexually, like that
Yeah,
is
well,
a hit to my.
I got little
Yeah.
girl balls. They need someone with big balls. But really, though, it's more of like a I never really got jealous.
I think it's worse to be in an open relationship. That feels worse to me.
Yeah, because it's like, okay,
'Cause
honey,
then
I'm
you're-
going on a date. I'm going to get plowed tonight.
I feel
Are you
like
cool
the
with that?
trope
Yeah.
that exists about open relationships is actually very true in that open relationships start from one person
Yeah.
wanting an open relationship,
Yeah.
and essentially one person ends up in an open relationship,
And then the other person just
gets
has to
cucked.
just
Yeah.
deal with it.
Yeah,
Or
I-
you lose your
And
partner.
if it comes up, it's kind of like you agree to it or it ends anyway. So it's like, and I feel like that pushes a lot of people into doing it without being fully
Comfortable with
into
it.
it or comfortable with it. Yeah.
I think that's true, and I do think there are some cases where people are in open relationships and they're both just like, we're swingers. We just
There
be,
absolutely
we just
is.
be fucking.
And you always see posts like that on like X where they're just getting completely roasted for it, where it's like, oh yeah, I pick out my girlfriend's underwear when she's going to meet her other dates, and it's
Crazy.
like crazy brag, man. Like,
Yeah, who'd ever be into that?
I just like I've seen like I've been on subreddits where like people do that, and it's like essentially like it's like this woman will have like a hookup that night, and it's like her like she has to like send her boyfriend videos of her like getting like slammed, and it's just like it's crazy to me. I could never do that. It sounds
I feel like
terrifying.
that's more of a cock relationship at that point.
Yeah, like you have to enjoy being humiliated in a
Yeah.
way.
Well, there are people who enjoy that. It's
Yeah.
like that's what they're into. They get off on it almost.
Yeah.
So it's
I wouldn't
like,
say it's almost.
Yeah. They
definitely
get
on
off
it.
on
They
it.
get off on it. They do. Yeah. So I feel like if they're both okay with that,
Oh,
Yeah, I mean,
100%.
if they're
Listen,
totally-
more
if
power
they're
to
both
you.
okay with it.
why are we hating?
I'm not hating.
I'm not hating anymore, but I
And
definitely
I
used
also
to be
think
a hater.
it can get misconstrued that it's like there's some sort of like ownership in a relationship, but I also don't believe that's true at all. Like
Well-
it's definitely not that. Like you don't own your partner. I just think it's like for me
That's
anyway,
what they took from us.
I would for me,
And
I
I'm
would
trying to
just
bring
be
that back.
maybe I'm just too insecure. Like it would just make me very like it would feel like betrayal to me.
I'm 100% in the same boat.
It would just feel like betrayal.
I feel like a lot of people, well, again, the majority of people are monogamous. And it's also a very queer thing, too.
Yeah.
It's very queer coded in a way where it's
It
like
very much is.
it is, and there are people who won't admit that. They're like, no, it's like straight people are poly all the time. It's like, yeah, but they're also like fucking men and women and non-binary people.
I just don't think
it's
it's
just
as prevalent.
Yeah.
Like, especially in the last couple of years, it almost seems like it seems like more the norm in the gay community to be
Have multiple
like
partners.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fair.
Gay people be horny.
Which actually be pretty sick. If you were just like 5 gay guys and everybody was
Agreed.
making like $75,000 to $150,000 a year, you all live together, you could buy a sick house. And
Let's be honest.
Everybody lives in there.
Sounds like fun.
Let's be
Have
honest.
crazy gay parties every weekend.
I'm gonna go on a little rant here.
No, we can't go on a rant because
the
we're
break?
going to go take a break and I'm going to pee and poo.
Bro, be shitting and
Let's
pissing.
just start it off and we come back with a rant.
Deal. All right. So my little rant was going to be because we were talking about, it'd be sick if like in a poly relationship, if a bunch of gay people were, making money and like the whole polycule made like $1 million. Let's be honest, gay people be broke as fuck.
Not true. I know a lot of rich gay people.
I was just going to say, I feel like that's not true.
You're only thinking of gay men.
Yes, I
yeah,
am.
that's fair. That's fair.
Queer people in general got to get their bag up. Because I know a lot of gay, queer, trans people, and they have no money. And I know that's kind of like...
You got money, though.
Yeah,
because you're all unemployed.
True.
That is true. But the only reason I have money is because I spent my entire, life repressing being transgender, and just working, and just being like,
And then,
I'm
as
a
soon,
work.
and then as soon as you come out as trans, you quit your job
And
you're
become unemployed. And become polyamorous.
I
What's
was
going on
specifically
here?
talking about the jacked gay rich guys on
Yes.
reality TV shows.
I do think those motherfuckers got a lot of money. However, I do think it's like hard for like gay and trans people to get jobs. I'm not saying it's not, but it's like, I don't know. Being trans is expensive. It's like you got to have some money. It cost me $500.
My
plus
point was for gay men.
change. Yeah, but that's when people say gay
It's like you
people.
got a gay
they usually refer to gay
neurosurgeon and a
men.
gay architect and a gay engineer and a
Well, I'm looking at a
a
gay,
gay
engineer.
traffic person or something. They all pool their money together. Boom.
Mansion.
And the
Mansion.
thing is with gay people is a lot of them don't have kids,
True.
and kids are expensive.
Kids are expensive.
That's what I mean. You have like a no expense life, so just buy a cool mansion and travel all over the world in your little private jet gay polycule, bringing in $1 million a year.
Yo, I'm hopping on the polyjet. you coming?
Yo, that would go so hard.
Even like two gay guys in a monogamous relationship, if they're both like say one's a nurse, I just picked the gayest job for a gay man. One's a nurse and one's a massage therapist. They're both going to make decent money, and they usually don't have kids, so they're just going to spend it on like vacation. Usually, I mean,
Yeah, those are the people you see on like yachts in Cabo.
exactly.
It's true.
Yeah, they're living the life. But I do think taking it up a level and being poly and having like 5 gay guys in a room for one, bet you it smells crazy
We're
in
not
there.
talking about a
Probably
room,
smells really
brother.
good, to be honest.
Yeah, gay people smell really. The gay
We're talking about
guys
a
smell
mansion.
really good.
5,000 square feet. That's
True.
1,000 square feet a person.
Yeah, I think the
That's
worst.
like a whole house per person.
I think the worst part about being transgender is like gay guys are no longer attracted to me, or maybe they are.
I thought you said that they have some sort of a fetish for...
No, those are called chasers, and those
Oh.
are usually closeted. Well, we'll say closeted, but like those are usually like straight men or men who identify as straight, and they're like, I want to fuck I want to fuck a guy who looks like a girl, because they don't view trans women as women, so they're like they have like a fetish for it, or they're like, oh, I like chicks with dicks, and they watch like chicks with dicks porn, but they don't respect the person and
behind the boobs.
behind the boobs. Yeah, exactly. I think those people are problematic and horrible.
I feel like you're just cutting the pool down from like all the gay guys to like mostly just bi guys.
Yeah,
Bi guys.
and bi guys. A lot of bi guys are like that because like a lot of the thing is with like bisexual people is like when someone says like a girl is bisexual, they're like, oh, so you date men and you kiss women for attention. And then when someone says a guy's bisexual, you're like, oh, you date men and you kiss women for attention. I feel like bisexual people are just like boiled down to like, oh, you're just attracted to men.
I'd say that's really true. Bisexual guys are definitely all assumed to be gay.
100%.
And bisexual women are all assumed to be women who want attention, or straight women who want attention.
Yeah, which isn't true. Bisexual people are real, according to Twitter.
Bisexual people are real.
I mean,
It's
they're
not a myth, folks.
not
You're
in this room.
first.
They're not. They're not real in here, but they're definitely real in real life. I met a few of them.
No way.
Yeah,
They just want attention.
usually they want attention.
But 9/11 was really bad. Can we talk about that for a minute?
Crazy subject.
No,
change,
we're trying
but
to change
yeah.
the subject. We haven't discussed possibly the most hot button topic in the world right now. It's bigger than
9/11?
Russia and Ukraine.
I know what you're gonna say.
It's bigger than
Hawk to
Israel
a
and
girl.
Pakistan.
I was thinking
it's
that's
bigger
probably
than
number
Hawk
2.
to a girl.
There's nothing
No
bigger
way.
than Hawk to a girl. Let's be honest.
Luigi,
Oh,
Mario's
my God.
brother,
that rascally plumber.
the green fella, the tall, handsome green fella who hangs out with a toad.
Okay, what's everybody's opinion here?
Paul, you go first.
I don't think I should go first.
I'll go first.
I don't know enough to like really talk on this topic. However, I do agree with your point the other day that it's not okay to kill anybody.
Okay, let's all
Well, maybe.
let's all agree on something.
But not him.
Let's settle the dust here, and we'll all agree. That CEO was a horrible person.
I will not disagree with that point at all.
Me either.
He used AI
I'll
to
never argue
Yeah.
that he was a terrible person.
100%.
But what I'll say,
He was a horrible billionaire who profited off of killing people. He was a murderer himself in a way.
in a way, yeah,
In a
probably
way, he
in a
was.
way.
He was a murderer of cutting people off of their health care and using AI to like decline 80% of claims.
Bro was
which
gatekeeping
But
being alive.
he was
Is that
gatekeeping
something-
being alive.
Is that an issue that should be attributed to this one guy?
No.
I think it's an issue with capitalism in general.
It's an issue with the United States healthcare system.
Yeah.
100%.
Is the biggest one.
Yep.
Capitalism, yes.
Yes.
There are a lot of flaws with capitalism. Very evident in the past 5 years, probably, where we're really seeing the downside of it and how it's fucking all of us really bad.
Yeah.
Really bad.
Some
and it's only
worse
getting
than
worse.
others. Like I'm not getting hit as hard as a lot of people are.
Yeah. Definitely.
It
me
really
either,
sucks for a lot of people right now.
Yeah.
This is the shitty time to be living in North America.
but I did live in my car for about a year, but
Yeah, you were homeless. That's kind of insane. Bro was literally homeless.
yeah.
But on the topic of this specifically, I think it's to make this guy a martyr is a very dangerous precedent.
Yeah.
Because while it's easy to celebrate the murder of a shitty person in the name of good
Yeah.
from a very attractive,
Very attractive.
well-spoken,
Well, his manifesto was pretty
Ivy
shit.
League, collegiate, educated individual, it sets a precedent that it's okay when you celebrate it. It sets a precedent that it's okay to kill people that disagree with your viewpoint.
Period.
That can lead to good things, sure, in the light of like a revolution, but it can lead to bad things too because it opens that door to both sides.
But-
yeah. I mean, everybody disagrees on so many things.
But I feel like the majority of people were okay with his death. Like, I feel like
It was a shockingly weird divide, very similar, I would say, to the way the Israel Palestine conflict is kind of like separated. It's kind of divided the boundary between the left and right wing political views.
But a lot of the right wing people even agreed that
That's
he
what
was
I'm
a horrible
saying.
person.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, yeah.
In the same way, like with Israel and Palestine, for example, like it wasn't an issue where the far right took one side. They're
Yeah.
split.
Yeah.
Like there's Israel lovers, there's Israel haters. All the main right wing political commentators you'll see are all pro Israel. But a lot of right wing people are not
Yeah.
because they don't support the way that the United States, for example, sends billions of dollars to Israel, essentially in the name of genocide at this point. Like it's
yeah.
There's no glossing over that fact at this point. I don't think like it's gone too far.
Yep.
But that's not the topic we're discussing here. It's just this event has had the same effect.
Yeah.
Where it's kind of splitting. You have people from both sides disagreeing with each other on this, because there's a lot of, like, I would say actually the left is kind of more unanimous in support of this guy. But it has divided the right.
Yep.
Absolutely has.
Mm-hmm. I feel like a lot of things surprisingly divide the right, because I feel like people get sucked into the right wing and then they're like, well, hold on.
Well, wait.
Gay marriage is okay, in my opinion. And they're like, oh, I don't really agree with that. Like, just that's a random thing.
I feel like a lot of people get grouped into the right wing for having slightly right of left viewpoints, where I feel like a lot of people that grouped into that really don't give a fuck about gay rights. And
true.
Like, not don't give a fuck, but like are in support of.
Yeah, they
and
don't
do
care.
not oppose
It doesn't affect them.
These things.
Exactly.
And it's not even like there are a lot of people who just don't affect them, they don't care, but there's people who are in support of it who just don't necessarily agree with all the socialist views. Yeah. Essentially is what I'll say.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think politics in general is very... It's very much a spectrum.
The political system in North America is terrible.
It is.
Because like both Canada and the United States is essentially a two-party system, so you kind of have to pick the extreme of either side.
Good point. It's like, I'm going to vote for this guy, but I don't really have a choice but to agree with some of the things I'm voting for. It's very shitty. It's like, like obviously, I'm supporting this part of his party, but it's like the majority of it I don't. And again, that's like the divide with like the whole Luigi situation, where it's like a lot of people on the right agree with that. I would say more agree than don't, from what I'm seeing anyway. Again,
that's what I see too, but again, that's just based on our algorithm.
It's based on our algorithm, yeah. So it's
feeding you what you agree with,
yeah. Well, although on Twitter I see a lot of shit I don't agree with, so...
Me too.
Twitter is just a
sometimes they'll
right
give
now.
you... It's like they give you like what you agree with and then what you don't agree with, so you get a reaction.
I feel like Twitter is probably pushing more...
It's pushing more right-wing 100%.
Yeah. Especially since Elon is like the proxy president of the United States.
I'm going to say something here. I don't know if you guys agree. I think Elon Musk buying Twitter was why Trump became president.
No,
I don't agree with that. I think
like
that
was said the other day. I think it was 4chan.
Yeah,
I don't think it's that either. I think it's the same reason that Pierre Poilievre is essentially gonna be the next Prime Minister of Canada.
Yeah.
It's not because he's an excellent politician with unanimously good talking
fucking
points.
Hate Trudeau.
It's because Trudeau was a colossal failure. And I think Trudeau was a way bigger failure than Biden was. Mm-hmm. I don't think Biden was that bad from what I've seen, to be honest. Like it wasn't great, but like I don't think any of the majorly negative things that happened in the United States during his term can be directly attributed to him. Mm-hmm. It's just the way the world happened across that time.
Yeah.
I just think Kamala dropped the ball.
Yeah.
I think she did a poor job campaigning. I don't think she
Democrats were horrible.
Like coherently presented her plans and the things she's going to do. And I kind of left all those people that were in the middle in swing states that could have easily shifted things to her side. She didn't give them enough to grab onto.
People want to vote for someone who have strong opinions. Kamala was like, she was kind of like wishy-washy on certain topics.
Yeah.
Trump is obvious on what he likes and what he doesn't like. And people just like good talkers in general. And I mean, Trump can just talk your fucking ear off.
He just likes whatever he thinks most people are going to like.
Yeah. He's very manipulative in the way where he'll just say things that he knows will get him likes.
Yes.
For the most part.
He lies.
Again, he lies.
He lies.
He does lie
to
a
his
lot.
constituents. And he did it again, and it was successful. He's already walking back some of his main points, such as lowering the price of groceries.
Yeah.
That was never going to happen no matter who was in power. That's not how inflation works. You don't want to end up in a situation where you have negative inflation. It's bad for the economy. Because what'll happen is, so if you have negative inflation, people stop actually buying things because it's like, oh, well, why am I going to buy this week? It's going to be cheaper next week.
Right.
Yeah.
Next week it is cheaper. Why am I going to buy it? The price keeps going down.
Yeah.
But you don't want that to happen, and it won't happen.
It has an opposite effect where people think it's going to happen.
So like the grocery prices, I don't think are going to correct.
Yeah.
It's just you will stop inflation from increasing. You won't have hyperinflation,
Right.
which already happened a year ago.
Right.
Right. So
Yeah.
it's back to norms now. It's back where you want it to be. It's,
It's not gonna go down.
Somebody's campaign should have been to, we're going to fight for better wages.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
likely was one of Kamala's points.
But
It's just,
she
it
never
wasn't
made that point
conveyed
clear.
enough.
Exactly.
It
She
was
never
more
made
about
that.
fighting with him than it was about telling the people what you were going to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's also
And
walking
he's good at
back.
baiting people into that.
He is. I think he's also walking back the tariffs as well, because I think that was going to be a colossal failure.
I don't know. He tweeted on Christmas Day. I can't remember what it was. It was
Merry
crazy, though.
Christmas.
Yeah, I kind of want to find
Shut
it,
up.
but it was absolutely
Go ahead,
insane.
find it.
Was it about the tariffs, or
one sec.
was it about immigration? Because he's very against that as
Donald
well.
Trump.
Bro, looking up Donald Trump.
Christmas
Remember
message
before we were
2024.
like, we're not going to talk about Twitter on the podcast.
I know. We also said we weren't going to get political.
This is a political podcast.
I don't think it's really political though, if we're like stating both.
All right, here it is.
Like all
I mean,
views.
we're three
No, it's not.
dumbasses when it comes to politics. Well, I'm pretty.
I am for sure.
I'm very
Okay.
dumb when it comes to politics.
I'm going to skip a bunch of it. Essentially, it's like Merry Christmas, Donald. He's including
told
some
you.
people, okay?
Yep.
Also, to Governor Justin Trudeau of Canada,
Oh.
whose citizens' taxes are far too high. But if Canada was to become the 51st state, their taxes would be cut by more than 60%, their businesses would immediately double in size, and they would be militarily protected like no other country anywhere in the world.
I actually
Crazy.
did. I heard
He-
rumor
he-
of us potentially becoming a state.
When
Yeah.
when Trudeau went to meet
God.
with Trump, Trump basically told him you're better off becoming the 51st state. And now he is continuing to push that point.
Oh.
I'm going to be honest. That is not going to happen.
It won't, it'll never happen, but it's just crazy that that's what he's doing. He's like, he's now lumped Canada in because he wants Greenland and they won't sell it to him. So now he's just lumped Canada in and said he's going to get both.
Yeah.
That
Again,
would be
Trump
great for
is-
me in terms of work. I wouldn't have to sneak all my gear across the border.
Again, Trump is just saying things.
I know he's saying
just
things. That's an
saying.
insane claim.
Bro's a professional yapper.
I do find it hilarious that he refers to Trudeau as Governor Justin Trudeau, though.
I know.
It's like he's the governor of the state.
Governor Justin Trudeau. Oh my God,
It'd be
that's
crazy to have
crazy.
Canada as a 51st state and have our landmass be bigger than the entirety of the rest of the states.
Yeah.
We'd be the biggest state.
That would be dope, kind of.
I don't think it would be.
It is also crazy,
No.
though, that I think like 90% of Canadians live within like a couple kilometers
Yeah.
of the United States border.
Yeah, but like
we're all
we
kinda-
hate Americans. Like we don't want Americans to just be able to come over whenever they please. Like imagine if Americans just started
I
moving
think
into
saying we hate
Canada.
Americans is a bit too blanket of a statement.
Yeah, well, a lot of Americans.
I hate a lot of
There's
Americans.
a lot of
yeah.
shitty Americans, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
There's a lot of
I
shitty
think
Canadians,
there's
too.
more people
They're-
there in general. So
I think it's
you
just
know.
the South we hate.
there is a lot of shitty Canadians.
I don't even think it's fair to lump it as the South,
Like
though, because
Drake.
there's
Drake's
people
a
in the
shitty Canadian.
South that
He is.
you would want to be.
He's a certified pedophile. Certified. What's the lyric? Certified lover boy.
Certified pedophile.
Yeah. Remember when that happened? Oh
Remember when Drake got called out for being a pedophile and everybody forgot about it a week later and still stream all of his music and make him the most popular artist in the world?
Yeah. Same thing that happened to like every artist.
I mean, he was
Just crazy.
he was put on blast for being a pedophile in like 2015, wasn't he?
Yeah, when he was on stage, like
When he
kissing
was
underage
rapping about
girls.
fucking hooking up with like 17-year-olds or something.
Yeah,
at the
I know
time.
Yeah.
people. I know girls who he flew out underage.
Like,
That's crazy.
if it could happen to Diddy, it could happen to you.
Oh,
It's kind of insane that he sued, like he tried to to sue the label. He also tried to sue Spotify, and
like
Like,
just like live in your mansions
Yeah.
and like chill. Like
Bro, you're
you know what's,
fine.
Take a
you
step
know what's
back.
really crazy? Diddy, Sam Bankman-Fried, and Luigi are all being held in the same prison
That is
that
insane.
Epstein killed himself in.
I wonder. Okay,
That's the
if they all
craziest
killed
prison
themselves?
okay. I
ever.
was just gonna say, okay, if Luigi kills himself, that would be insane. Like, quote unquote, kills himself.
Epstein did not kill himself.
Like Epstein kills himself, kind of kills himself.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
He hung himself with those clothes that are specifically designed
To
to
not
rip
hang
if you try
yourself.
to hang yourself from them.
Yeah, and like how they heard screaming and begging to stop in the cell allegedly.
You were there?
I killed him.
You were the one?
I'm the one that got him to kill himself.
Listen, when Hillary Clinton arrives at the prison, nobody asks questions.
I wish he was here right now.
That's another thing with Donald Trump too. He was like
Can you imagine if
friends with
Hillary Clinton
Epstein,
was just sitting
which is
here?
crazy.
Yes. He
Hillary
was.
Clinton's just sitting here.
We're just like pet her head. She's like our little
Hillary.
puppy. She's our little puppy girl.
That's one of the craziest things that comes from like the right wing talking points a lot of the time, like the far right, where they spent months talking about how all like the Clintons and all these people were going to be all over the flight logs.
Oh,
and
yeah.
the Epstein stuff when it came out,
No.
and they were, no, a bunch
Well,
of them were.
yeah,
a bunch
of them were.
But
nobody
so
cares.
was Donald Trump.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like,
And
but, like
it just-
Trump was.
They just glossed over, and that's a dead talking point now. Nobody brings that shit up anymore.
Yeah, because they just dropped the shit that makes Trump
It's
look
like
bad.
but no change actually happens. Like people talk about all these things all they want online, and they make it a huge thing for like a month or whatever, and no change actually happens. So they just move on to the next thing that they want to change that they don't
Yeah.
actually change.
Well, that was part of Luigi's thing.
Yeah,
Is this peaceful activism isn't getting us anywhere.
no.
Exactly.
You need to do what the Unabomber did.
He was a big fan of Ted Kaczynski.
Of course
Aren't
he
we all?
was.
Have you read his
His manifesto.
review of the Ted Kaczynski manifesto?
No, is it amazing?
Very positive.
Yeah, of course it
bet
is.
it is.
I
Yeah.
ordered. I think I told you I ordered Ted Kaczynski's manifesto recently. I'm like interested. I actually want to read it.
What are you doing?
We have a visitor.
Why are your beers down here?
Have they been down here the whole time? Oh, okay.
Maddie's here. He's on the other side of the camera.
Our friend Matthew is grabbing a beer and looking right handsome.
Don't say where he works, he'll freak out. Flipping me off with his X ring.
This is really funny to just watch him try to.
He doesn't know how to open up the gate.
Bro's literally a baby.
Just climb over it. It's easier at this point. There you go.
But yeah,
So
I was
anyway,
watching
Ted Kaczynski.
I was watching a docuseries on Hitler last night. He's so interesting.
That's a crazy statement, but I get it. Like it's
No, but it's crazy because
he-
back
he was
then
an
there was
insane
obviously there was
sociopath.
no social media in the 20s
But you
or
can
whatever.
never take away his simple ability to get people to back him.
No, it
It's
was
insane that
all
he
would-
rallied an entire country to get on board with that.
It's crazy. Like he went to war and then he got injured and then he's like in the hospital, like being like taken care of or whatever. And then he hears some shit about I don't know, something political. Like they forfeited the war or something like that. Like Germany
That was like World
forfeited.
War One, though. He was
Yeah,
fighting,
exactly. And then he just like gets so angry and he gets up and he goes on like this huge rant to
Well,
everybody else in the hospital.
There were massively negative like impacts to Germany following the end of World War
Yeah,
One.
they
Like,
essentially put all the blame on Germany.
Yeah, and they were forced into like the most poverty they've ever been in. Yada
Yeah.
yada yada. Bit of an overreaction.
a bit.
Probably no need to single out those people.
No, 'cause it was a group effort for
Yeah.
sure. Like all of them were involved.
I heard
in that.
someone mention like a couple weeks ago actually that there was a video floating around of like somebody did a video like what would the world be like if Pearl Harbor didn't happen, because that's the only reason the United States get into it.
Mm.
And that's kind of what was a catalyst in ending Hitler's reign, because like once the states get in, kind of got, it ended.
Yeah,
But it was because Japan was allied with Germany and decided to bomb the U.S. for whatever reason. Also, the Japanese don't get nearly enough hate for the shit that they did in World War II,
Period.
because it was also very fucked up.
yeah. Sad. It's all sad. War
But
is
anyway,
terrible.
it was a very far right guy making that video, and it's basically saying that it would all be sunshine and daisies. But it is an interesting thought as to like what would happen, like how far could it have gone?
True. It is interesting.
I don't know. Like, the more I read about this Hitler guy, the more I don't like him.
Yeah, me too.
Bold
That's crazy.
stance.
That's a
But
Norm Macdonald quote.
It blows my mind. Like, he essentially would like, he obviously like built his following through like preaching and stuff.
Yeah.
And then he like essentially gets so many people on board with him that he then has uniforms and everything, and they carry around flags and like march through like cities and shit.
Who did the uniforms again?
Was it Hugo Boss?
Hugo Boss. Yeah.
Which
That's
genius.
crazy.
All of their like, I would say all of their art direction was quite good. And that's part of the reason why this stuff probably worked. But then he would like literally just send like gangs of his like troops into like different cities to beat the shit out of people and force them into his army.
Yeah,
that's a
steal all the
dictatorship.
expensive shit.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I think
Anyway.
that like Nazis were very much like you have to like obviously they were conformists. They were like you have to conform to us. So I think they were like very anti, because like we consider fashion now like very artistic and like very expressive. So to say that like the Nazis dressed good or whatever is kind of like not true in a way, because it was very much like you have to do this. But like art and fashion now is more like you're expressing how you feel, which the Nazis
They
would
weren't
not before
going
at
for
all.
art and fashion.
No,
though.
they were-
It wasn't.
it was just-
it was
it
more
was-
like how a Fortune 500 company expects all their executives to show up to work in a suit.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's not fashion. It's a clean look, a uniform look.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an
Everybody
army.
looks the same.
Yeah, it's very much like it's a dictatorship army is what
Exactly,
it is.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's
and
not it's not fashionable. But I see people who are like, oh, the Nazis dress so well, and it's like,
Well, that
yeah,
doesn't mean, I'm not saying that their uniforms
I know. I'm
weren't
not saying
dope.
you were saying that. I'm just
Like, their
saying.
uniforms were arguably cool uniforms.
The imagery was kind of crazy too.
Like their logos and I mean,
Yeah.
they're
That's what I
not
mean.
the
Like
swastika essentially.
It
But
reminds
that was
me-
just what was that? That was like it was like flipped.
yeah, they
Something
stole
to do
it from
with
something in Hinduism, I think.
exactly. Yeah.
It reminds me
But
of
like
that.
the eagle.
The eagle, all of that
Eagle.
shit is cool, and I mean, America still like runs with that as like their kind of like
Different kind of eagle, but like
yeah, but very similar.
Yeah.
Eagle's bald. The eagle has hair. It reminds me of that YouTube comment where like some guy comments something with a Nazi profile picture, and it's like, bro, why do you got a Nazi profile picture? And he replies, looks hard.
But yeah, I don't know. I just thought that it was so interesting because I had no idea really how it all started. But I got stoned and I just watched that.
Get stoned. It's like, I'm gonna learn about Hitler.
It's weird to see him be a human and not what he is known
monster.
for,
I
a
was gonna say
monster.
the same thing.
We're thinking
Yeah.
alike, bud.
Because like obviously they go through his whole like upbringing, and
Mm-hmm.
that part he is just like a sad like insecure man
He
who
wanted
is
to get into art
Only
school.
he
Yeah.
went to art school, yeah.
If
We're on
only
the
they
same
put him in-
fucking line
yeah.
of thinking right now. It's crazy.
He, yeah, we are thinking alike, aren't we? Are you also thinking about cock? I think that he was also like really into like methamphetamine and like speed and stuff too. Like he was on a lot of drugs as well.
So were all the soldiers.
All the soldiers were like
you have to be to do shit like
well,
that.
he wanted like super soldier army, so he like put them all on meth.
Yeah, I mean if you're gonna do terrible things, oops.
Oh, time to.
Yeah, we're gonna have to take a little break here just for a moment, but we'll be back to talk about all that.
Oh, that crazy stuff.
Now, I wasn't saying Hitler does anything good at all. I'm just saying that the art direction was fire.
He didn't design the uniforms.
Exactly.
That's all Hugo Boss.
Exactly. But I bet he wishes he did.
He's still around.
Yes, he is.
Or at least the company is.
we don't
Hugo
say
Boss
nothing about
is-
that. We still buy it. I mean, I don't.
I don't
but-
buy it because I'm not stupid. I also don't buy Volkswagens, who also made the cars for the Nazis.
They also lied about their emissions.
But
That was
I mean,
crazy.
That
you
is
know,
true.
you wouldn't buy like a Ford that's American made, and they also do the same shit, just not mass genocide.
I wouldn't.
But they
but
supported
my
it, apparently.
dad. My dad buy a Ford because he loves genocide.
No, he doesn't.
There's not really any good trucks out right now, to be honest. They all
No?
kind of suck.
Ah,
What about monster trucks?
that's
They're cool.
those are cool. They never stopped being cool.
You haven't lived until you've seen the Gravedigger spin out in a stadium.
I used to love going to see the monster trucks when I was a kid. Maybe
Why is there only Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head and no they Potato Head?
True. Well, you can change their. I mean, they're just blank potatoes.
True.
Did you know that Mr. Potato Head used
They don't
to
have
be
genitals.
Yeah.
True.
There are things you can buy online to make them have genitals.
Really?
Well,
They got everything online.
they got everything online. You can get some Mr. Potato Head furry fucking like what's that website called again? Where you can buy furry cocks. Me actually like I can't remember
Oh,
what
it's
it
not
is.
furry cocks. That's dragon cocks. It's bad dragon.
Bad dragon.
Those things are crazy. You can
Let's
get
just
them
get
so
one.
that they'll breed you, but not even just like fake cum. Like they'll lay eggs in you.
Lay eggs in you, yeah.
I already have egg laid inside me. It's a big poop.
Sick.
Imagine someone pooped in your butt.
Wait a minute.
Hold on. Who shit in my ass? Who shit my pants?
Imagine human centipede, but your butt to butt, and then you just keep shitting in each other's butts. Does your butt throw up?
Wait.
I feel like it'd just smush and kind of like spurt out the sides.
What if they perfectly sew your asshole together?
Like if you stretch that thing open.
I wonder how long it'll be till you die.
You got to be a freak to be in the middle of the human centipede. Let's be honest. If you're in
I
the
don't think it
middle,
was
you're
voluntary.
freaky as hell. Well, no, they signed up, didn't they? In the original one.
Like realistically,
centipede.
would you rather be at the tip or the end? Because
You'd want to be the front.
not necessarily, because you're getting puke in your ass, which is gonna probably kill you faster than eating shit.
I don't know.
Now I
about
feel like
that.
it's more likely that the middle person will choke and die on their own puke than that puke
Yeah.
will go up your asshole.
I think we can
Good
all agree
point.
the middle has it the worst.
Well, yeah, that's why I asked if you want to be the front or the
I
back.
feel like the front, because like again, your face is sewn onto an asshole. I mean, I
also feel
want to
like
be the
I
back.
feel like they wouldn't choke and die. I feel like the body would like get that down as liquid. They'd swallow it.
Yeah.
They'd swallow the puke, and then after like one or two, you'd stop puking.
You can be famous just like me. All you have to do is eat the puke.
Would you have to chew the poop or would you just swallow it?
Ugh.
Depends on what the meal is.
True.
If it's vanilla paste. But if it's
going straight
cuttlefish and
down.
asparagus,
Let's try it. Let's do it. We have open floor space here.
and there's 3 of us, who's volunteering for what?
You're in the
Okay,
middle
I'm
for
gonna bring
sure.
it back
Clearly in
on
the
track a
middle.
little bit here. We never really got anybody else's opinion on Luigi. Like I gave
Oh,
mine.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's fair.
Then the topic kind of just died. I actually just kind of went to Hitler, but
Yeah.
As it does.
yeah.
I think that it's wrong what he did. I think you just shouldn't kill people in general unless they like do something really bad. And like the man he killed is not really going out and actually like murdering people.
he's
And
a shitty person.
He's a shitty
but
person.
Worse,
He's
though.
operating within the confines of the law.
Yeah.
But
other
the
issue
law
I
isn't
have-
always right.
It's not.
No, but
Legality
this is a
and
bigger issue
morality
than just
are not
him.
Exactly.
often not aligned.
I think that arguably he is worse than just going out and killing people because he is,
He had the ability to be a positive change in the world,
yeah.
and he actively made the decision to be a negative one, like worse than just being the CEO and
As
status
most
pro
billionaires
quo.
do.
Like he went out and he made but that's what's rewarded in society.
In a capitalist society, yes.
I think it kind of creates the argument that I'm seeing though is all these people, since it's been brought to the table that he may face the death penalty, are in support of what he did, but then not in support of I'm not in support of the death penalty for the record.
Same. Yeah, same.
Under any circumstances. I think, to be honest, in a lot of cases, it's probably an easy way out.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
It's I don't know. I don't know if I actually agree with life imprisonment in the way that the United States does it as a a path to reform either. I don't think that's helpful.
Well, that's not how the
I think
justice system works.
it's what they claim, though.
It's what they claim, but it is
Yes,
bullshit.
I agree. But all these people are in support of Luigi, but then anti-death penalty, whereas should that CEO not be afforded the same thought process where you don't deserve to die because of your actions? I don't know. It's a...
But,
I do see where you're coming from with that.
On the other hand, though, it's like, okay, he was never going to, like, this CEO is not going to face any repercussion for what he's been doing anyway.
No, he wasn't.
Otherwise.
Absolutely not.
So it's like...
Okay, but does this create a scenario now where a CEO for another healthcare company can demand higher pay because now it's danger pay?
I saw that.
Well, they had a line, like a call line where they can call.
Yes,
because they're all scared little billionaires.
But honestly, it is probably something that somebody would raise as a thing. Like, it's like, well, I don't want to be the CEO of your company because the last one got murdered in cold blood in front of his hotel.
Yeah.
Right? So did you just make somebody else make more money to do the same job?
But, like, maybe they could, instead of, like, requiring more money to do the job because it's dangerous, maybe they could, like, actually hear out what everybody was trying to say by, what Luigi did. It's like,
well,
obviously,
the other thing is
this was meant to make change.
These decisions aren't unanimous for the CEO. The CEO is operating on behalf of the shareholders.
Yeah.
The shareholders are really the ones who are demanding quarter over quarter profit increases.
Right.
It's not even good enough to match last quarter's profits. You have to better every time.
Yes, but that's what Luigi was fighting against.
I agree.
He wasn't fighting against like a person
to achieve
the
the goal that he wanted.
I don't think that I agree.
In
I think
some
people
societies,
are looking at
it probably
it for
was.
a
I
person.
don't think in the United States that it will have the desired effect.
Right.
But if people start to get scared, then they might go, okay, maybe we do need to change some things. Maybe we shouldn't use AI to decline people's claims. Maybe that's a bad thing.
But will a CEO with a $35 million salary not just start spending $250,000 a year to have two highly trained security guards follow him armed at all times?
That's what they're going to do.
That's a drop in the bucket for a guy who's making 35 mil.
True.
So so this individual will either be executed or spend life in prison. And for what? So that now this, multimillionaire now has to spend essentially nothing to him in order to protect himself.
I think the only way to fix any of this is a civil war.
Oh, God.
I'm not joking. We need chaos.
Bro spilled his beer. It's
chaos
a
is starting.
Chaos is starting.
We need chaos. We need the whole world to fight. We need another world war. We need a war against America and Canada. We need it.
In Minecraft. Luigi planned on killing more than just the one CEO. In his manifesto, he talked about...
Epic fail.
He talked about the people. Like, he kept referring to people...
In his notes app.
In his notes app, yeah. Which, by the way, that manifesto could be fake anyway.
Buy a journal.
It sounded like it was completely
Didn't
rushed.
necessarily sound fake. It was just way too short.
It was very short, but I mean, it got his point across. I mean, you don't really need a long manifesto. He was upset with the system and he wanted to make a change. And he wanted the system to change and he wanted to kill more than one person, but he got caught. So I think he was planning on killing more than one CEO. Maybe. I don't know.
Probably.
But do you agree that we need like some sort of a civil war or like chaos within the countries in order to have any change?
Well, let me talk to you.
Is that really something you want, though?
Let me
I
talk
don't
to
want
you
it. I'm saying
about
that's
my
what
good
is-
old friend
we're going
called
to need that.
communism.
No, I don't want to be in a communist society either.
There's never been a successful communist society.
I have no say in this whatsoever.
You're backing out?
Well, I'm not like politically smart enough to have this conversation.
I'm just saying that
what would I argue
none of us
here?
are.
None of
None of
us
us
are.
are.
What would I argue? I don't know anything.
I think
I've
I'm
never
just sort of
seen.
a-
I've never been presented an example of success in communism, because it always happens that whoever ends up in leadership is now just
a dictator.
king.
Because we're greedy.
And they're hooked on the power.
We're all greedy people.
And they do whatever they can to make sure that they keep power.
And we're greedy. We love money too much. We love
Yeah.
showing off and driving
Yes.
Audis.
It's a huge issue.
Yeah, it's horrible. But I don't have the
But-
answers to fix it.
What I'm saying is,
I know a couple
whether it's
people who
good or
might.
not, do you think that is what it would take to make real change in society? A civil war. It's worked in the past.
No, I don't think it will affect anything.
It's worked in the past.
Do you think that a civil war is going to win against the United States government?
They got drones with guns.
I mean, if you
They
have,
spend more than like Canada's GDP probably on their military.
but if everybody was involved, if we could all get our kids involved as well.
Give the kids guns. Give the kids guns. We're fighting the military.
I don't know. I just like.
I don't know, bro. They got tanks and shit.
If nobody fights back, then it's never going to change, and it's just going to keep getting worse and worse and worse and worse until people start killing themselves. Mass suicides happen.
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
I think you're right in the sense that
Yes.
it's getting worse.
You think I'm wrong?
Paul doesn't like the idea of civil
Paul's
war because
pouring
he's
a beer.
scared. Paul's scared of violence. I asked him to punch me in the tummy earlier, and he said no. He's scared of violence.
He said he could take either of us in a fight, though.
He probably could.
I agree.
I didn't say either. I said both.
At the same time,
Well, you fight like a girl,
and I
I'm
truly
just
believe
tiny.
that. And so do you.
No, I believe it.
No, I mean you fight like a girl.
Oh yeah.
we both fight like girls.
Um,
Just kidding. I was a boxer.
and I'm not a fighter either. I just don't think you two are the...
You just think because you're bigger than me, which is true.
See, the thing is, you'll start punching me. I'll just get a boner,
Anyway,
and then you'll win. Anyway. Anyway.
I don't want to live in a world that is undergoing violent civil unrest. I would rather live in the world I live in now
does.
than to live in...
But that's easy for you to say because you have a pretty good setup. You have a good job. You have a family and a nice home. You know, so it's like I think it's more so about the people who don't have those things that like are struggling to survive every day. That like they would be the ones who are like really needing to fight back.
Okay, but would it be worse for them to live in a society where they don't know if taking their child to the supermarket is safe today because it might get bombed?
No.
Is that that's the alternative you're presenting here?
I think we
because
just
that's
need
the kind
to-
of tactics that happen
I think we
within a
just
civil war.
directly need to attack the
it's dirty
government.
war. It's not.
Okay. We need to chill out here.
There's no winning.
Do you want to repeat what you just said? I think you need to start putting in Minecraft.
The other part of
after
this
the
issue
things you're
is
saying.
I'm not going to do it. I'm saying that like
Yes, I know, but you're fighting for this thing where you want to fight the government. Okay.
Yeah.
The issue with that is the
They got
civilians.
drones.
There's a divide between the civilians.
Yes.
Where at least half of them
Yeah.
are on the side of the government, right?
yeah.
And they're all
That's the
cucks.
most heavily armed side.
Yeah.
So you're talking the side that typically doesn't, and I'm talking the United States here because really nobody owns guns here aside from like hunting
I'm
rifles.
more so talking United States as well. I don't think it's really that bad in Canada right now.
It's
Right now.
we're arguably the worst country in the world,
Oh, okay. Period.
or at least developed country.
Yeah.
It's very bad.
Like,
we're
worse than America?
We're not as bad as Australia, I guess, but
Is Australia bad?
yeah,
Oh. I don't
our
pay
whole
attention to those
economy is
guys down
propped
under.
on real estate. The entirety of it, and that's why we can't fix it
We have the worst
because you can't
housing
correct
crisis
it without crashing the economy.
imaginable right now.
Our housing crisis cannot be fixed without
horrible.
crashing our entire economy.
Yeah. It's horrible.
Let's crash the economy.
Yeah.
What if we burn down all the houses?
Start
over.
over. Start
That'll
punching
fix it.
trees.
I don't know.
Well,
What was I saying before that?
You were talking about. I think you said you wanted to fight the government.
That's exactly what I said. Yeah.
That's what Paul said. That's what Paul wants to do. Come
Yeah,
for
no,
him.
I don't know what you're saying, but I don't know. It's just, it seems like a lost cause, and at this point, I feel like the only way to fix it is violence.
No, I think the only way to fix it is legislation.
I don't know what that word
Proper
means.
legislation.
What does that mean?
You need a good government.
Yeah.
You need a non-two-party system,
Yes.
realistically. But you need a good government.
I agree.
To put in place like laws and shit that are gonna like rent control was a good thing during COVID,
Right.
but as soon as COVID ended, it's gone.
Right.
There needs to be more controls on that. Universities, it's ridiculous. It's out of
Right.
control. There needs to be controls on the amount that they can raise, you know, their costs year over year.
Right.
Yeah. There needs to be a control on
Because when
the
like
billionaires as well. Like people who have so much money.
I'll circle back to that because
Okay.
the billionaires are fucked too.
I was laughing
But like
at
universities,
billionaires.
when like the common trope is like old people always like, oh yeah, back when I was in university, I worked a part-time job and I quit with no debt, yada yada yada. It's true
Yeah.
Yeah.
because like the money people made versus what it cost to go to university, that was realistic. It was feasible. Universities have increased like exponentially, whereas wages have not.
Right.
And a common argument against it is that like, oh, well, like the quality of life has gotten better. So like you, like back then they weren't buying iPhones and shit like that. But
Yeah.
like, I don't agree that offsets that cost. Like you're not, your iPhone and your iPad are not the difference between the cost of university in 1968 and 2024.
Nice.
On the billionaire topic, taxing of billionaires is probably the biggest one.
Yeah.
The issue is, I'll use Elon Musk as the biggest example.
I
Elon
know what
Musk
you're
is the
gonna
richest
say.
man in the world. He's worth $350 billion.
But he isn't.
He probably has very little money.
Yeah.
All of his net worth is tied to the value of the
Businesses.
assets in which he owns.
Yes.
You cannot tax unrealized gains because he doesn't have that money. And that will affect other people.
That's
Right.
true.
Right? So you have an investment account, for example, and you've been paying into it $1,000 a month for 20 years. So you've invested $300,000 and your account is worth $1 million, but you've never cashed it out. So you haven't realized those gains, right? You don't have that money yet. If you start taxing unrealized gains, you don't have that money anymore. And then that money cannot accrue you interest and it can't put you further ahead as a person who is earning a realistic living and
Right.
just being smart and investing your money. It's not as easy to do that anymore as it once was, but I think the point still stands. The trick with billionaires is like there needs to be some rules put in place to prevent them from kind of skirting that, because Elon Musk, I'm sure, as many billionaires do, they never actually cash in to earn money. They don't take a salary, for example, and they don't cash in any of their stock. They just leave it in the company, and then they go to a bank and they loan against it.
Yeah.
When you're the guy who owns a company worth $200 billion, the bank's probably giving you a $300 million loan at the lowest interest rate you can possibly imagine, because they know that is a very, very secure loan to give you.
Right.
You
True.
have a great asset backing it, and they're going to make, like, even a low interest on a $100 million loan is a lot of money to make, you know,
Yeah.
To a bank.
in
yes.
interest. Exactly. They're making a good chunk just for letting you borrow that money.
That's right.
And then they just never pay it back.
Yeah.
So basically, they're just debt servicing themselves. They pay out their debt.
So the idea would be to invest in Dogecoin.
Yes, that's the trick.
That's Elon Musk showing up.
What if Elon Musk walked down the stairs?
That would be insane. What would we even say to him? He'd probably jump into a stupid start, like his stupid jump.
Oh,
where he goes a half a centimeter off the ground.
Hey, it's not his
Guy's
fault.
got the craziest build I've ever seen.
Yeah, bro
Crazy
built like
builds.
a melted dough boy.
He was hung upside down for a long time.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of people who love to hang him upside down.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to talk about politics anymore. It makes me sad and angry.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
It does make me sad and angry.
But on the bright side, Little Blue Truck, Monopoly, Star Wars, Boba Fett, Each Person Pear Plum. We have all of these awesome things.
Yeah.
It's each peach pear plum.
Oops.
What did you guys get for Christmas?
I got a record player. I got a couple vinyls, and I got some money, some clothes, and
Nice.
some guitar stuff. Yeah.
What'd you get, Paul?
Got a lot of socks,
Yes.
which is always great.
Yep.
I got a case of beer.
Yes.
Got a new lunch can.
Hell
Nice.
I got a Quarter Crown Royal.
Nice.
Some new boots.
yeah. Swag?
They know you love drinking and wearing boots.
Yeah, I know, right?
Bro loves to drink and then go puddle jumping.
What'd you get?
I got pronouns again.
No.
I got blue hair dye. Pronouns.
I'm so sorry.
Just kidding. I got a bunch of men's clothes,
No.
which is awesome.
Womp, womp,
But I did get
womp.
Pokemon cards.
That's sick. You can give me the men's clothes if you think
I thought you were
like
going to
them.
say you can give me the Pokemon cards.
You're
And I was
probably just
like,
going to sell them on Grailed, I guess, huh?
You can't sell Pokemon cards on Grailed, my
no,
friend.
your clothes, your boy clothes.
My boy clothes? Definitely. I don't think Grailed wants Boathouse on sale clothes. But you know what? They might.
Should we wrap?
think that's about
Spit
time,
some
man.
bars.
Yeah, who wants to go first?
That's an awfully hot coffee pot.
Pot, coffee, dog, Laffy.
We need Ty Wilde again.
I know. It's crazy he got us a bunch of followers and views and we just stopped doing the podcast.
It's crazy how he wouldn't do a freestyle,
Yeah.
which would have been
Phony.
awesome and sick. Shout
Ty
out
Wilde's a fucking phony.
No, shout out Ty Wilde.
Fake rapper alert.
This could have been a sway in the morning moment.
Yeah.
We were listening to our old podcast, and that's how we.
It was
that's
not
how
funny.
It was not funny. We were
This one
horrible.
wasn't really funny either.
This one was more serious.
Yeah, we got on some serious topics.
We need to make a joke before this ends. Like a really.
I just got so much anger built up. I just been spending the whole
I
summer
know.
writing in my journal about how much I hate everything.
Bro's writing his own manifesto.
But I mean, I love people. I do. I have no hatred towards good
But
people.
you hate the government and you hate the system.
I hate the
and you hate
system.
society. You're like the
And
Joker.
society, yeah.
You're kind of like the Joker.
I'm kind of like the Joker.
You should wear makeup and do that thing that Dan Herschel does.
What if on the next episode I wear Joker makeup
Joker makeup?
and I shoot you in the fucking
And
head?
you get what you fucking deserve, and shoots me.
Yeah.
I kind of want to be shot. That'd
Did
be
Maddie
sick.
and Connor leave?
I'm trying to find out.
True. So I
I think
would
I hear
put.
someone walking upstairs still, so
That's probably my fingers right now.
maybe.
I would still play Monopoly. I would, honestly.
I do want to fuck with some Monopoly.
Even though Paul's just going to win.
No, someone just flushed the toilet.
Okay. One of them must have left. Or went outside
right.
to call and fight.
Let's wrap it and
Wrap your Whopper. Okay, everybody has to take out their balls.
goodbye forever.
No, wait. Are we ever going to do another episode?
I'd love
I
to.
don't know, maybe next Christmas.
Yeah, I mean, there's obviously no schedule
Wait, can we
anymore
make some predictions on what's going to be changed for the next podcast?
for the next podcast.
What's going to be different? I'm detransitioning.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, I'm going to be a man. I'm going to go back to being a man. And you're going to transition.
I'm going to be...
Wouldn't it be crazy if Paul transitioned?
Yo. You going to have another baby?
I saw your
Eventually.
I saw your Halloween costume. You'd make a good girl.
All right, well... Yeah, thanks for listening. It wasn't very fun, I don't think. I had a
think it
good
was-
time talking, though. I
I
like
had a
talking.
really
Yeah,
good
same.
time.
It was fun.
It's all that really matters as long as it's like...
As long as
we
we're having
enjoy
fun.
it, that's all that matters.
This is for us anyway. Who the fuck's watching this?
This is really just an excuse for us all to talk to each other.
Yeah, we don't hang out. We need a fake podcast. The camera's not even on. We should set this up so we can talk.
Yeah, imagine I wasn't recording anything.
Moose was just dying to talk about American politics.
He's
Shit, I don't even know anything
I need
about
to
them.
talk about Hitler.
Oh God, yeah. All right, well, that was fun.
That was fun.
All right. Goodbye forever.